Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making the chocolate pound cake. This is going to be simple and easy, and this is something you can make from scratch and have the honor of telling your guests and your family that you did make this cake on your own and didn't have to use a box. This cake is so special to me because it was introduced to me by Grandma Ciola, and I was never able to find this cake made the way that she made it. So by trial and error, I found a recipe and worked this thing and made magic with it. So I want to share this with you today. So come along with me on this journey and let's make this cake. All right, now this is the finished product. So just take a look at this before we get to actually making this and how that knife just cuts down through that cake. And let's see. All right, and there we go. Look at that. You can enjoy this right now with a cup of milk. So let's get started to making your cake for this holiday season. All right, so the ingredients that you're going to need to start your chocolate pound cake, you're going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 cups of granulated sugar. You're going to need 5 large eggs. You're going to need 1 cup of milk, a half cup of vegetable shortening, a half cup of cocoa powder. You're going to need a half teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and you're going to need 2 sticks of butter, which is going to equal 1 cup of butter. This is all you're going to need to make your cake. You're also going to need like an electric mixer, which I have it here, or you can use a hand mixer. All right, guys, so you're going to preheat your oven to 350, and now you're going to start mixing your ingredients together. So let's get started. All right, so now that we have our oven preheated and all of our ingredients, now we're going to add our dry ingredients together, which is going to be your flour. You're going to add your cocoa. You're going to add your baking powder. And you're going to add your salt. Alright, so now that you've added this together, you can get a spoon and just mix that up. Let me get one real quick. Alright, and you want to just mix this in together. Because once you mix this in, you're going to want to sift all of your dry ingredients together. So the way that I do it is that I just use like a little mesh and I pour it in, or if you have a sifter, you know what a sifter is, you can use that as well. And so I just do this, and what it does is that it gets all of the little, knots and everything out, and it just finally blends everything together. And you're just going to repeat this until you have all of those ingredients sifted together. All right, and I'll pick you up once I'm done. All right, so now that we have all of that blended together, look at how good that looks. All right, and so now that we have this done, we're going to take this and put it to the side. And then we're going to start mixing our sugar, our vegetable shortening, our butter, and these are like 4 halves right here. So it looks like I have 4 sticks, but it's actually just 4/2, which is making 2 sticks of butter. So we're going to put this in our mixer and we're going to blend it until it's fluffy. So I'm going to go ahead and add those ingredients in. All right, so I have my 2 sticks of butter, or my 1 cup of butter in. I have my shortening, and then we're just going to add the sugar in as well. You can see that going in. All right. And now that we have this in, just gonna push it down. All right, and then we're just gonna turn that on a low speed. Right, and then after all this mixes and I get it in there really good, then I'll pick you guys back up and then we'll start adding the other ingredients. All right, I know this mixer is kind of loud, but as you can see, what I'm doing now is that while it's still beating, I'm going to start adding 1 egg at a time, and each egg needs to mix in there well. So I'm just adding 1 egg at a time. You might can get in there and scrape a little bit down on the sides, but not too much. Right, we have 3 more eggs to add. So once I get those added in, you're just going to keep repeating this step, letting it mix good until each egg is used, and I'll be right back with you. All right, now that we have all of the eggs mixed in with the sugar, shortening, and butter mixture, now we're going to start adding your flour mixture with milk. And the way that you're going to do this is that you're going to add the flour in first, and you're just adding like a little bit at a time, and then you're going to add milk. You're going to alternate doing this until all of the flour and all of the milk is gone, and you want to make sure you end with flour. So I turn my mixer on about medium, and then the first thing I'm going to do is start adding in the flour mixture. Then once you add the flour mixture, then you're going to add milk, and you're just going to alternate doing that until it's all gone. All right, so after you get your flour mixture and the milk added into your bowl and you have it all blended, and just remember, simultaneously you're adding the flour, letting it mix, add the milk, let it mix, and you're just doing that back and forth. The last step that you're going to do is you're going to add your 2 teaspoonfuls of vanilla extract to your bowl. You're going to let that mix, and then from there you'll be ready to put your mixture into your baking pan. All right, so let's go ahead and start mixing that vanilla in. All right, look at that. So I have finished mixing that, and this is how your batter should look, and this is beautiful. So the next thing you'll want to do is put it in your baking pan. And I know that my baking pan looks worn, but if you know anything about cooking, once you have a seasoned pan or pot, you don't want to replace it. This thing has been doing me good for a couple of years now, so I'm going to definitely use my pan, and I'm just going to go in a circular motion. and just add my batter in. It's so beautiful. Alright, bring some more back over here. Alright, and this is you know, a 10-inch, you know, bundt cake pan or pound cake pan, however you want to call that. And once you get that in, you're just gonna smooth it around. And once I get this smoothed around and looking good, I'll pick you back up. All right, guys, I have my cake in the pan, and please do not forget, I forgot to say, make sure you grease or oil your pan really good, so that way your cake comes out, you know, easy. But make sure you do, you know, spray your pan or oil it, put butter, shortening. You can put butter, shortening, or sometimes I just use a cooking spray and put it in there. So I'm going to put this in the oven for an hour, and then after an hour, you know, test your cake and come back and check. All right, guys, so now I have taken the cake out of the oven after 55 minutes, because I took mine out just a little bit early. I did the little toothpick test and it came out clean, so I knew it was okay to go ahead and take it out. So now we have our cake, and what I did is that one, just tap on it a little bit to make sure that, you know, it's not gonna stick. So all right, that is perfect. And here's our cake. It's cooled off pretty good. And now the only thing we want to do, just to decorate it up a little bit, I'm going to take some Hershey's Hot Fudge. Is the one topping that I saw that really works well. And I'm going to just melt a little bit of that and drizzle it over the cake, and you know, then we'll be done. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to add the hot fudge. All right, and all I did here was just drizzle a little bit of fudge. You can do white powdered sugar, or you can do little designs with whipped cream, but the fudge is really good on this, and that's it. And this cake is so moist and it's so delicious. Your family will love it for the holidays. All right, everybody, that's it for today in making the chocolate pound cake. I thank you all for joining me. I hope this recipe brings joy to you, your family, and your friends. Please stay tuned. I will be making more recipes, family favorites for the holiday season. So if you like today's recipes, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and share the video. Again, thank you for joining me. Come back for more recipes and have a happy holiday.